Welcome to another video, boys. Today I will be showing you all the Ganking tier list weapons. If you do want to enter a giveaway for a 7-day free premium, be sure to write your in-game name in the comments. Actually like this video, I mean that's a requirement. And if you enjoy my content, subscribe and go check out all my other videos. But you don't have to do that, it's non-mandatory. Just like the content in modifiers. That's why you should join our guild today. All the links will be in the description. Don't forget to check out my Twitch as well. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm just going to start out with that I know that multiple of you are probably going to be fuming at the end of the video, cause I am going to do this on my personal preference, what I like to use. So don't get too offended if your favorite weapon isn't on S tier. I mean, it's just my opinion, alright. And the truth of the item, of course, because they're shit if they're lower tier than S. So let's start out with the Gat Arcane. I'm gonna throw it into B tier. I mean, while it does have a good catch, you can go with armor that has a really good catch. You can only catch, you can't really dismount anything with it. So you're basically there just hoping that a teammate is close by so you can catch the enemy. But I wouldn't personally use this anywhere because you literally have to pray that your teammates are nearby so they could dismount or hit that person. Otherwise you're going to be standing there like a para-Olympian who can't swim because he has no arm. On to the bear paws. Bear paws are easily going to be an S tier weapon. They're the best at dismounting in my opinion. Well, maybe not the best, but they're one of the best. You have really long range with its E. You can go with a fast W or even go for a dash W. Your Q stacks affect bleed onto the enemy, so you can dismount mounts easier. You can just do it on a mammoth, do it on a battle mount, do it on a normal mount, like it dismounts a lot of shit. And with your E, you can fly like Superman towards him, dismount him faster than he can realize. Then you just have to ready the loop, pull his pants down and enter. I mean, that's basically it. But with the next weapon, the crossbow, the normal one, that's gonna go A tier. Because the crossbow isn't the best, I think. It's just good for dismounting and one-shotting or like half HP shotting. You know, it's not really good, it doesn't have any mobility. It's not a good catch, it's something to dismount people fast and easy with. I'm going to have to keep it at A tier. It is still decent though, a lot of people use it with, I think it was Demon Helmet, so you can silence the enemy as well. Although with the other gankable crossbow, I mean the Bolc Casters, I'd rather put them in C tier because its E actually is slower. It does a lot of damage but it takes time to cast, so if the target moves out of your range you're pretty fucked. You can't even do anything, you can't chase him because you don't have any mobility abilities. Otherwise it's just fucking annoying, and I mean otherwise there's no use to it, only in PvE. So I wouldn't gank with it, but you'll probably see some noobs running around with 4-1 or 4-2 with it. And I mean, they do dismount people and do a lot of damage, but as I said, they're only single target, so I think there are better options for it. But the next one is pretty strong, the Curse Staff, the one-handed Curse Staff to be exact. I'm gonna put it in A tier, because its cooldown on E isn't that long. You actually can change your W to a root, so you can hold your enemy still. And I mean, it's pretty strong if you just kite and outplay the person you're ganking. You just have to root, stack your Q, E, walk away, root, stack your Q, E, run away. And you're just gonna kill the enemy like that. It's honestly not that difficult. You stack your Q 2 times on the mount, for example on a Swift Claw, press C, and he's just going to get dismounted in about 3 seconds. So you can just walk up to him, abuse him any way you like. As I said, pull his pants down, ready the loop, and get into action. The next weapon is also a dangerous one for dismounting and actually killing or executing the ganking target, is the Dagger pair. So I'm gonna put it in S tier because if you stack it with Assassin Jacket, a tier 4 poison, and I think it was the Invoking Spirit or some shit, that you stack your Q while you're in V's in Assassin Jacket, you can basically one tap every mount. I mean, all mounts apart from really high HP or armor. But like, you can dismount Gallant Horses, Swift Claws, Dire Wolves, I think even Dire Boars. And I mean, it's just a one hit, the guy won't even realize what's going on before he's dead. And with a Fiend Cowl, you can already purge their boots, so this is just too strong in my opinion. But of course, you do have to be decent to hit your E, you need to predict where they're going to be running to go into enemies, but you know, it's easy for a pro like me. Another weapon from the dagger tree is the claws. I think the claws are one of the best for CC, so it's gonna go into S tier as well. Mainly because it has a high damage output, you can stun, you can root, I mean, you can chase, you can literally do everything you want to them, and you can actually hold them down pretty well with your E on the claws, because they will get stunned while you're using it, making your team catch up, and thus making it easier to kill and catch the target. I mean, honestly, if you're a starter, you can use it, because once you press your E on the target, they're not going anywhere, honestly. They're just going to be stuck in place, sitting, praying, and waiting for you to actually fuck off, so maybe you'll let him leave. Other than that, I don't think there's any way to escape from this weapon much, because it will apply bleed on you as well. So you can't really, if you have the correct passive of course, but you can't really run away from it since your mount will get slowed by a lot. You know, there's always ways out of it, I know them, but I won't tell them, otherwise people will use it against me. So if you actually have Frost Staffs unlocked, if you do a small scale, CVC, any kind of PvP, you probably have the Permafrost leveled up, so you can use that. I'd put it in A tier because it is a good weapon, because your W can go on to blink, so you can get closer to the target if they try to dodge you. If you go with Scholar Robe, Assassin Hood, and some kind of blink boots, you can even go further. And if you drop your E and 1Q on the target, they will probably get dismounted, if they have a squishy mount of course, like a Swift Claw, Direwolf, all kinds of little fast ones, you know. So the problem with it is that its cooldown is really long, so that's why I need the Assassin Hood. But once you do pop it, you can already get another E onto the enemy, so I mean it's pretty strong. So the next weapon we're gonna be looking at is the Morningstar. I mean, it's an outdated weapon, honestly. I think it needs an update, otherwise it's not really usable. But with its W snare charge and threatening smash, I think it was, on your Q, you can also actually CC for a longest time. So your E is basically a dash, and then you literally just root people under your E for like 3 seconds literally. So I'm gonna put it in B tier, because it is a good catch, but you can't really dismount on your own. So same with Gat Arcane, you still need to wait for your teammates, otherwise it's not really doable. But you know, you do you. If you want to play tank, you can do that as a tank. There's also another better weapon. It's called the Trill Seeker. This is going into S tier. It has a long ass catch. Your W can go onto a faster sprint, so you move faster basically. You proc boots as well on hunter shoes, and you just drop your E where you see the name, because once they walk into your E, they're gonna get stunned. If you drop it twice on them, they're gonna get double stunned. I mean, basically it's a long range ability for a stun, and you're going to catch up basically instantly, and you can just dismount him. So it's a really good CC weapon, one of the best in my opinion right now. So I'm going to just have to leave it at S tier with all those other weapons. But the next tank item, the Staff of Balance, I'm gonna throw it in A tier because it is pretty usable, pretty good. But there's a problem with that as well. If you use it with minor boots, you can actually keep up with a Swift Claw. So you can literally slow down a Swift Claw. So I don't know how the fuck that is balanced, but you can just walk up to it and you just stand on top of it, and your teammates can just walk up because they literally cannot do anything about it. You just ruin their day, you hold them down. It's basically like a gangbang. If you ever seen that meme with that one white girl on the couch and 5 people in the back, well, yeah, that's exactly how it's gonna be if you use this weapon. But now, if we move on to the Double-Bladed Staff, the last tank weapon, I'm gonna put it in S tier. I've gotten fucked by it multiple times, and that's why it's getting such a high rating. You can literally fly with its C. The dash is just unbelievably long, and it actually slows too much. Your W, the same with the fucking Trill Seeker. You can get extra speed and hunter boots, so you will literally catch up and you will slow the fuck out of the target, and with your Q you can stun them. So I don't think this is really balanced. If you see a ganker with this, if you don't turn around before inspecting them, well, say goodbye to your gear, because you're not going to be seeing that again. It is just that fucked that you can't really do anything against it. If you're not on a strong mount, it will slow the fuck out of you, so you can't escape as well. So GG and go next, I guess. So next we have the normal spear. I mean, I'll put it in A tier for now. Its E ability is basically a dash that knocks up everyone in the way, so if you combine it with Assassin Jacket, it can be pretty unpredictable and you can actually dismount the person. For your W, you can go with a spear that comes out of the ground into their asshole and basically just stuns them or slows them, I can't remember which one, and you can just dismount them. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, it's not that hard to play, so that's why it's in A tier. It doesn't do the most damage, but it's still a decent weapon. But oh, next we have a Heron Spear, the nightmare of every Albion player who tries to go near a territory or zone away from the gankers. It's going to have to go to S tier, because it's literally just going to pull you back. That's literally all it does. It's gonna pull you back, stun you, slow you, fuck you, kill you. I mean, I haven't experienced it personally, maybe, but you know, it's just so fucked of a weapon. It's not even possible to counter it somehow. The player literally just has to throw it at you. You can't, like, you can dodge it, but it's basically undodgeable because your mount can't fast. It is dodgeable, but it's basically not, because your mount can't move fast enough to walk away from it. So I'd pretty much say GG when I see it, because I know I'm gonna get hit with that, then a Trill Seeker, then a Doubleblad, then a Bear Paw, then a Dagger Bear, then a Claws, then Bolc Casters at the end from a random 4-1 shitter watching by, and at the end I'm going to get hit with a perma in the head. But you know, it is what it is. So I hope you agree with my tier list, and don't forget that Modifiers is still recruiting. And apart from that, please don't gang me, man. If you see me in the black zone, let me go, man. I'm just trying to get some silver. I can't do shit in this game. I get bullied every single. Otherwise, I just want to say, see you later, alligator.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Twilight and the beautiful sea, I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky.